all that. Kevin, Miranda McLaughlin. We have a little girl, 3.5 years old. She's Adelaide Joe McLaughlin. And then we have a new one arriving in July, Finley Elliott McLaughlin. 2010 was really rough. It was rough. Lost 2 jobs in 1 year, and you know, what are you going to do? It was a wake-up call for life, and what happens? What do we do now?
I kind of handle most of the finances, or had been handling most of the finances, and so the fact that there was not a regular salary coming in, and I knew that and didn't know for how long we would be in that situation, it was very stressful. It's easy to kind of play the blame game and you know, well, what could you be doing? What could he be doing? Why did he do this? You know, and so it was a very, it was a challenging emotional journey for me as well, because on the flip side, you really want to support your spouse and you want to encourage them, but at the same time, you're frustrated. That was
rough. It was rough. As a provider, yearning to be a provider, as a father, and as a husband, I was devastated. I thought there was something drastically wrong with me. Some people still say that, but you know. But I thought, what did I do wrong? What do I do now? Who am I supposed to be now? It was almost like I was stripped of who I thought I was.
My prayer all year long was that we would learn to trust, trust the Lord. That because it's very easy for me to try to take things into my own control, instead of fully relying on the Lord to take care of everything. When I let go of control and relinquish control of everything, that God is more than able. You know, like you say that in your mind all the time, or you even verbalize it, but when you're forcing yourself to, or you are forced to live through it, that it really does ring true, that God is more than able to do anything that we could possibly imagine. You know, we had kind of gotten in this, I would say kind of sort of keeping up with the Joneses kind of mentality, like you want to maintain the lifestyle that you had coming out of your parents' house and that kind of thing. And I think we, you know, just realized that God is in control of everything. Mm-hmm. And that even when I questioned why 2 job losses in such a short period of time and why this and why that, every little step of the way was an answer from him, as to his plan for us.
We were probably about to say, call our realty agent and say it's time to put the house up for sale, because it was at that point where I couldn't look at my in-laws anymore. I couldn't handle it anymore. Not that I was trying to handle it or taking it on my shoulders, but we just were not getting enough money coming in for what was going out. And I think it was a Thursday. It was a late email, and I said, and I saw who it was from. I said it was a denial letter. But lo and behold, I read through it, and well, the first word was congratulations. And congratulations, you have. This was after an interview that I received from this corporation, and they accepted me, and they wanted to invite me to 6 weeks of training in Atlanta. It was exactly what God was waiting for. He was waiting for me to say, I'm done. I can't handle it anymore. And he said, I got you, man. I got you.
I was dreading preparing our taxes this year because of the 2 job losses and various other things that came in, that I was afraid that we were going to owe quite a bit of money. And even though he had secured the job when I went to prepare the taxes, he had not started yet. My prayer had been trust, and I was still praying, Lord, I'm going to trust you, I'm going to trust you. And all throughout last year, We continued to tithe regularly, and even though there were many months where I was like, okay, I'm writing this check and I know that there's not money coming in. So anyway, I went to prepare the taxes and was putting all of the, you know, stuff in, and the money we owed was rising on the little TurboTax thing, and I was, you know, starting to sweat bullets, and it came time for you to put in your deductions and things. And so I went through all that, and the very final statement that I went to put in was our contribution statement from the church. And I was just, and I think he was too, just amazed at, although we had less income this last year than we had ever had before, we gave more in our tithes than we had ever given before. And so I put in that amount to the tax software, and it took us, once I hit the button, the enter button, it took us from owing money to getting a refund. It was just awesome, because I saw, the type A personality saw on paper the answer to my prayer of trusting him, and that was incredible. To trust, I mean, to pray and to rely on the Lord, and to realize that you can't do it, and there's no way that you could possibly do it on your own, and to trust that he has your best interest in mind at the end.
I would say as well, that God is hearing. He is hearing, he's feeling, he knows. He will cry with you, he will laugh with you, he will hurt with you, and then when you just can't take it anymore, he'll be like, well, I got you the whole way. I don't know why you think you need to take it any farther. He wants you to feel like you just can't do it anymore, and God's like, yeah, well, that's where I come in. I've always been here, always will be.